And looking at you, is that where you want me?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, tell me when you're ready.
We're ready.
Cool. I'm James Lockwood, this is Lockwood Farms, and we've been involved with Cow-op pretty much since its inception. My dad was on the original board, and my wife is also on the board. I haven't been there yet, but yeah, it's a family farm in Cobble Hill. So we grow a wide variety of things to keep ourselves interested in what we do as well. We do well over 150 varieties of different vegetables, and we do some meats as well, some chicken and pork. And I'd say the biggest thing we do now is our eggs. Look, eggs!
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted, yeah.
And that's grown over time. It started out as a supplement to the vegetables and has quickly become our biggest seller. So we raise hens in a very comfortable environment. You know, they're free range. They've got excellent feed, which is no GMOs, no soy, no corn. We're the only farm in Canada experimenting with insect protein being part of our regular ration for the birds, as well as we're the only farm in BC that's 100% solar powered as far as our egg production is concerned, and our grading facility and that sort of thing. Yeah. Yeah, so you can see we've got this is our heated bench up here where we start our seeds. So at this time of year, it's quite heavy on the sprouts and quick cut greens. But over the coming weeks, we'll see less of this, and we'll see more trays that look like this with a number of different lines of vegetables seeded. We might enter a season of doing cuttings as well. And then there's no good example here, but in about 1 week's time, there'll be the cotyledons will be protruding from the soil, and we'll then carefully prick them out and then transfer them into these cells. And that's, as you can see, it works quite well for us. They stay in there for a few weeks before being transplanted into the greenhouse or the fields over the course of the season. And then we've got a whole wide variety alphabetized down here from, I don't know, you've got, you know, bay, cardamom. I can't pick one thing. I think that's the whole reason we do the variety. I get bored too easily. I like a bit of everything. It's hard because I want my kids to be interested. I don't want to put them off it. I remember about 4 years ago, my son coming up to me and he said, "Hey Dad, I want to go harvest some blueberries." "Okay, son, go for it. Yeah, I know those bushes all look totally laden. I started them before you were born, you know, like they should. That was going to be their first year of fruiting. And they were totally covered the night before. And he came back with a long face and the little punnet hanging in his hand. He's like, "There aren't any." I'm like, "What do you mean there aren't any? There's like hundreds of pounds down there." Something had come in the night and eaten everything. I don't know if it was deer or a bear or whatever, but damaged fences and just wiped it out. And, broke his little heart that day.
Yeah.
If you want a shot inside the greenhouse, not a bad idea. Yeah, that side's a bit bare, but this side's totally full. We've got our salad mixes in here and our spinach, radishes, arugula. Yeah. You can't plant it all at once, otherwise it's a lot to sell at once. Then all of a sudden, if you have something all of a sudden, but it's brief, it's hard to gain that immediate interest and move it quickly. I know we had a late winter crop of lettuces, lots of them, and you know we posted them on all the sales avenues, and unfortunately had to throw some out at the end, which in the middle of winter, nobody else has soil grown lettuces around, and yeah, it's hard. you know, but it's a lot of business logistics, like you said.
Yeah.
You know, call your banker.
Yeah.
You don't realize that when you start farming, your banker is he's on speed dial,
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, when a crisis hits, you know, there's flooding or whatever. I mean, you're calling your feed supplier, you're calling your banker, you're making sure everything's still running, you know. It needs, yeah.
I love compliments.
It was too much rain, so I couldn't actually get the tractor on there to turn that one. But then you dig into it and you know, we sell some of our manure too, and once you've turned it and worked it a bit, it's quite beautiful. Anyway, at least the garlic's up. You can have a look at the garlic. Farming it or just on the property? Because farming it, I'd say like 11 years. And my parents acquired it a couple of years before, and then, yeah. So where we're standing now, this was forest, all this was forest, so we had to take out a couple acres of trees. At the time we were planning to plant, you know, fruit and veg. We weren't necessarily planning to do the barn at the time, but worked out.
Made you guys decide to go with the solar paneling?
I don't want to buy power.
Yeah.
And I honestly, there's no reason why not to. You know, oh, look at that eagle there. Yeah, like the you know, to pay off the mortgage on them is ballpark 10 to 12 years.
Yeah.
So in 10 to 12 years, once that's paid off, if I don't have to pay for power again or the mortgage on them, why wouldn't you do it? So it's, you know, again, we've talked about sustainability in the environment, and that's something that's important to us. And even with doing a renewable energy source, you know, I question everything. I go, okay, well, how much energy did it take to produce the panels and all this stuff? And, you know, we look into these things with every move that we make, but that one made sense. So that powers the barn, the grading station. This also powers that barn back there and our well and our septic system. I mean, we designed our barn in 2015 and built it in 2016. And we always had the intent to incorporate renewable energies in the future. And we've finally, I guess it's not too long, 5 years later, been able to install the solar panels, which is great. And we're now net zero with regards to power consumption. So that provides 100% of our needs for the barn, our grading station, our septic, our well, and our other barn as well. So it's pretty capable.
Yeah, it's really substantial. It's nice knowing that the power that we're using is generated by the sun. It's pretty cool. And you know, like it's a large barn, and we have, I think it's close to about 50 different motors in there to run different feed belts and water lines and all these
Fans.
lots of fans,
Yeah.
especially in the summer with the heat. The fans are running constantly, so it's fantastic knowing that we don't have to pay BC Hydro anymore.
At some point, yeah. That's, I mean, once we pay off the mortgage on the solar panels, that'll be really a nice position to be in.
Yeah.
And we certainly encourage other people to look seriously at it. It seems to make sense to us.
Yeah, it starts paying itself off right away because you start paying, or well, you have to pay for a capital investment rather than the power that you're currently using. So
Because we all know that you've got the recurring costs every month, and if you can eventually bring that down, that's a win. So we want to look at that in many aspects of what we do with our farm, don't we? It's cool. You look at them and you just go, when the sun's shining, you go, great, make power. You know, now's the easy part. Just passively let it work. Yeah, Cami has installed the app on her phone so she can tell you in real time what it's generating right now. I understand some questions around some other, you know, cutting edge technologies that could still be very viable, but it's a no-brainer when it comes to this stuff. No-brainer. You just do it, it'll pay itself off, and you'll be a lot happier in 10 years when the price of all these other, you know, inputs continues to go up and you're not having to pay for them. Yeah. Hopefully that works. So I can open those doors and then you'll see like 1,000 birds come out all at once.
That would be. I mean,
Yeah.
if you guys are, if it's
Yeah.
Lying down dead behind your eyes. Can't see too far with that murky sky. Running through doors that lead to walls. Wide open windows in your head. And there you were, you found yourself standing, breaking through them clouds to see where you're landing. And you still got that nerve, dead fingers on. I get you're insecure. How about a little bit more validation?
no way.
No, it's all good. It's we named our first few. No, it's a little hard to do that now. We do admittedly, we do like if there are not many males in our flocks at all. Like we focus on the females obviously for the eggs. Every so often a male will sneak through and we name them for sure.
Yeah. We typically get like,
Yeah, but we do like I said before, we do walk our barns at least twice a day, us or our staff, and keep an eye on how they're behaving with each other. And
yeah.
no, we're James and Cammy Lockwood at Lockwood Farms. We've been in the Cowichan Valley farming for about 11 years, and we do a wide variety of vegetables, some perennial berries and fruits we're getting there, and we do a lot of chicken eggs from these lovely ladies behind us, and some meats as well, some chicken and pork.
Mm-hmm. And we've
And
been
plants as well, we do some nursery plants as well.
And we've been selling on Cow-op since Cow-op first started. James's father was one of the founding board members, and
Yes.
we've really appreciated being involved with Cow-op right from its inception.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but I can't unless that's...
Yeah, there's...
Oh wait, I can pull that one. Yeah, because that's going to impede on the other one. Do you want to eat some?
Sure.
Turn it on, I can eat.
Really good radish leaves.
Radish leaves. Start selling radish leaves.
Why not? Meander away, James. Me first? Oh, thank you.